Was goody? Happy weekend. Hope all is well to everybody. Shout out to the dads out there celebrating Father's Day tomorrow. Shout out to all the dads who are no longer with us. It is episode 10 of Wine and FaceTime, and tonight I'm talking about how to build a master rapport for yourself on paper. The AKA I'll let you know soon, but I'll be right back after these messages. Peace out, y'all. One moment. I'm back. Thank you very much for giving me that brief intermission. So tonight, I want to talk about how to build a master resume. What is a master resume? A master resume is a document with all of your job experiences, your entire life that displays your skills, your descriptions, what you've done. You may have the dates and times and years you operated in that specific functional title. And it's a way to keep track of all the things you've done over time. So while you're applying to jobs, in real time, you can go back to that master resume and see what skills you have that you may have forgotten. So leave me a comment right now if you know what a master resume is. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to unique watchers, returning watchers, new subscribers, day one subscribers. Shout out to you all. You all are very much appreciated. If you're right here with me right now, do me a favor, like and subscribe to this video, share my video, leave a comment, let me know where you're from, what city, what state, what borough, what country. Also, I want to do a special shout out to all the people who have followed me from day one on this journey. Again, one more time for the new subs. Thank you guys so much. Again, if you're new here, screenshot this, pause this video. This is the channel, like and subscribe right here. So jumping right into it. If you guys know, I was out of work for a long period of time. I feel like I was applying to so many jobs, it was ridiculous. I wasn't getting any callbacks. I learned in short, I needed to work on some things that was on my resume and my cover. I needed to tweak some things. I needed to sell and market myself in a way that better manifests what I want and also shows what I've done over time. And I wasn't actively doing that the right way. So the first thing I want to talk about tonight, again, shout out to all the new subscribers, shout out to all my day ones right now. First thing I want to talk about right now is listing all the jobs you've ever had over a period of time. I mean, including summer youth, including volunteer work, including internship, including jobs that you've done freelance, including jobs that you feel like you didn't really get paid for, but you've done a service. Include those jobs on your master resume. Why is it important to include those jobs on your master resume? It's important because again, as you grow and get future jobs, you forget about the things you've done in the past. You forget about those old resumes. So you may have to actually look for those resumes. You may have to find them in your emails. You may have to go to your Google Drive, your Dropbox, your Evernote, wherever you store data, a floppy disk, or a disk drive, wherever you store data in the clouds. You may have to go back in the clouds to find that. Good evening, Jose. How are you? Thanks for popping in. You may have to go in the clouds to look for that information. So I recommend you guys, if you guys are not computer savvy, tech savvy, or you guys are not people that carry paper, the best way you can go and find your old resume from years ago is to look in your email. If you have an email box or email address that you've had for the last 5+ years, and you've been applying from that email to jobs directly for the last 5+ years, that is a great way to comb your email address box outbox to jobs to search for attachments where you attach your cover letter and your resume to an email applying for a vacancy you may have seen that asks you to send a cover letter and resume via email to such and such and such website. That'll probably be the fastest way if you don't have any of those softwares I just mentioned. And if you don't have those softwares I just mentioned, again, you can definitely look into your Google Drives, your Google Docs. If you have those, those are free. They don't cost that much unless you have a lot of data that you're saving. So I would definitely recommend that. And if you're on LinkedIn, I will also go back to my LinkedIn profile if I were you, and I will look at all the jobs you have on your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn requires you to upload a resume or to upload a profile. It does ask you for your job history, your educational history, your credentials, your skills, your network. Asks you a lot of detailed questions regarding, what you've done with your life in your career. So you could always go back to that as well if you have a LinkedIn profile. If you ever created a LinkedIn profile, that'd be a great way to go grab those old jobs you've done that you probably forgot about and you're not giving yourself credit for when you're looking for a new job. So the next thing up I want to talk about on the list is things that you are forgetting. So write down the things you've done, at these jobs. You should definitely write down for each job you've had on that first list the things you've done briefly, your daily tasks or your job description. And if you're not gonna do your daily tasks or your job description, at least bullets that show the common things you did the most often. Highlight your skill sets. Highlight the things you've done that you gained experience from, whether on the job or already as a core experience. Also, bold those areas where you've excelled. So if you got a promotion on the job, if you got a gift coupon, a certificate, or won something, a prize or something, you got an internship, you're able to travel to do a training externally. Add those things to that job description on that master resume so you don't forget those highlight key areas of your life in your job career. Even if it's a job that you have not even, successfully landed or stayed at for years or months and you were terminated or you were let go or you quit, include those jobs as well. Reminder, the master resume is not a resume that you're sending out to employees when you're applying for a resume. A master resume is a resume that you have that shows all of your job experience, including volunteer, internship, summer youth, freelance, independent work. It shows all of your experience, all of your skills, all of your credential certifications on one document where you can go back to that document to highlight and add things when you're applying to new positions. Thank you, Jose, for sharing my stream. I really appreciate that. So that is the purpose of the master resume. Sometimes we forget what we did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, before we was a supervisor, before we made $50,000, before we got 4 promotions, before we got seniority, before we got involved with a union, before we became a boss or a CEO. We forgot about the things we've done in the past. So the purpose of the master resume is to remind you of all of your qualifications, all of your certifications, all of your job experiences, all your credentials, everything you've done, whether it was for 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, 2 days. It's a reminder of all the things you've done that you built and you've learned and you've accrued on your career experience that has gotten you to where you are. This is important in the job hunting industry because you want to remind yourself that you do have skills you may have probably not used recently, but you do have them. And that will make you qualify for the prerequisites and the requirements in the job description when you're looking for jobs. So that would be the thing I would do. Again, to highlight that again, I would highlight my skill sets in each of these jobs. I will bold the areas where I excel, whether I got promotions, whether I got bonuses, whether I got gift cards, coupons, whatever I got a chance to do that other people didn't get a chance to do on the job. I will bold those areas. And I will highlight in italics the dates and years I was at those specific positions. The next thing up, again, I said, my strengths and accreditations at the jobs. If I got any strengths that I learned and built on the job, I will utilize those strengths on that master resume. So, for example, if I learned a new skill such as Microsoft Access or how to use Adobe Pro Reader, I will add that to that specific job on that master resume in case a future job I'm looking for requires those same skills and assets. I hope you guys are following me right now. If you're following me right now, put a one in the chat, leave a comment at the end of this video if you actually saw this in real time on the replay, and let me know what you think about the content I'm talking about. Again, shout out again to the new subscriber. Thank you guys for coming through, showing love, giving this channel so much, love and attention, despite that I'm not constantly over here on this channel. Thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate that. Next up, again, strengths and programs you use. So if you use programs at jobs such as Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, evidence.com, for example, Microsoft Access, Adobe Pro, any type of software that a company uses or a hardware that a company uses or a training you've learned at a job or, a program you've shadowed or a place you've been at to get a specific certification or credential that provides you a document definitely add those on those specific jobs on that master resume. Because again, sometimes when it's a long period of time and we move on and we grow and we go outside of our industry and we try different things, we forget about what we've done in the past and we forget about the experiences we had. So the master resume serves a really, really great purpose. So I will always emphasize the softwares I've learned. For example, myself, I'm at a new job right now where I've just learned how to use Microsoft Access. I never used Microsoft Access. I knew Microsoft Access was a new family member to the Microsoft Outlook team, and I never used it because I never knew the purpose of it. Now I know the purpose of it, and I'm actually using Microsoft Access. So I'm going to add Microsoft Access to the skills section of my resume as something that I'm certified or have experience doing. So employers who are looking for people who have that who have that experience can see that I have that experience. So that's an example. Another example is having an opportunity to go outside to a training outside of your job location. You get a certification or certificate or a reward or a bonus or some type of network or some type of productivity that you can actually access and put on your resume or your LinkedIn profile. All of those things are things that you gain in strengths while you're working at a job, and these are opportunities that will look great on a resume depending on what a job description is looking for and what they're emphasizing. I would definitely go above and beyond on any merit you've achieved or accumulated in time at your jobs. Anything that you felt like you were rewarded for, whether you worked a lot of overtime, whether you worked through your lunch breaks, whether you came in on days off, whether you volunteered for certain events or arenas, whether you went above and beyond in a position that was out of your league that you did not have to do, but you did it and it made the day go by and it made the goal of the team look better and the organization look better. Anything that makes and shows what you've done above and beyond that you did not have to do, that you chose to do for the effort of the team. Those types of things should be put on that resume. Again, it could be bullet style, it could be summary style. For each job on that resume, you can definitely put what you've done 50% of the time, 90% of the time, or whatever you've done every day, periodically, however you want to draft it, it's all good as long as it makes sense. It's okay that the master resume can be anywhere between 3 to 12 pages. If you're a 45 or 65 or a 75-year-old person, you probably have many jobs in your career, so it's not crazy for the resume to get longer and longer. Again, this is not a resume you're going to send out when you're looking for jobs or you're applying to jobs. This is a resume you're going to reference when you're applying to different jobs that require different skills and requirements that you're not actively using, but you've used in the past, and you want your resume to be more appealing to that job to possibly get a call. So the purpose of the master resume is for you to remind yourself of the skills that you have, whether you've used them in the last 6 months, year, 5 years, whatever the case may be, and to let you know how to strengthen your resume each time you're applying for a position so you have a better chance of actually getting a call back in an interview. So if you haven't heard about a master resume, definitely Google it. Look for it on YouTube, Google, Pinterest. You'll definitely find out more information about a master resume. I don't think people are using master resumes on a regular basis. But one moment, guys. Hello? Hi. Yes. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, but thank you guys for holding on with me. Next thing up I want to talk about is the format for your master resume. With the master resume, I definitely recommend you guys do a chronological order for your master resume so you can remember every job and you don't forget or skip anything. And again, you can continue to build and add to your master resume so that you don't forget anything. My master resume even has my summer youth job when I was 13 and 14 years old, getting my first job for New York City for the New York City Summer Youth Program, where I was able to do things such as clean New York City parks and get a regular weekly or biweekly paycheck just for doing regular community effortless work that other people don't appreciate in their own neighborhoods. I had other jobs outside of that, but for if you're a New York City person, you know what some of your jobs are. You probably had one, you've heard of it. If you're not a New York City So if you know, you know, give me some feedback. Let me know how you feel. Sorry, I definitely had a phone call and the phone call interrupted the live stream. But again, this should be chronological order. You should definitely do it from the first job you had and you can remember. For me personally speaking, my summer youth job is up there from when I was 14 years old, working in New York City parks. If you're a New Yorker, you may know the New York City program Summer Youth is something that was given out back in the days in the 1990s and 19 in the 2000s, where New York City kids of ages 13 and up were able to work during the summertime for New York City, doing various community initiatives such as cleaning parks, you know, helping with senior centers, you know, community activist programs, city facilities such as hospitals and things like that. And kids were rewarded a stipend every week for producing services for various industries and agencies and able to get, you know, money to feed themselves and their families. And it was called Summer Youth. And if you know, you know, in your city, state, town, or country, they may have been something like that, depending on what the budget and how the political structure is set up, you know, where you're from. But if not, I definitely understand. So tonight, just do a recap. We're talking about how to build a master resume. Why is it important? Why do you use it? How do you construct and how do you format it? So again, at the formatting section of the master resume, again, I would recommend you doing it in chronological order. Again, I have my first job at like 13, 14, summer youth, and you know, being a volunteer. Don't be afraid for it to be too lengthy. It will be lengthy. It will end up being anywhere between 3 to 12 pages because the older you are, the more jobs you probably have. So there's a lot more to add to it, depending on how detailed you're going to be with it, whether you're going to write bullets, summaries, specifics of what you've done, you know, achievements, merits, rewards, things of that nature, as I discussed earlier. So it can vary and it may look different for each person. But again, if it's long, that's not a problem. It's not crazy. It's not abnormal. It's not anything, you know, to worry about. It should be long. Right now, mine is right now, I think about 2 pages. I'm trying to keep my briefs to the point for what I'm looking for, which in me is I'm looking for the skills I've used, the experience I've had, the time I was there, what I did. I'm trying to look at those things and incorporate those things on that master resume. So when I'm looking at jobs outside of outside of my industry and my experience, I'm utilizing and copying, pasting the transferable skills from those skills on my resume to the skills and requirements and description on the jobs I'm looking at, if that makes any sense. So if you're in the job market, you're looking for jobs, you're trying to land the job for you, the perfect job of full-time, private, federal, nonprofit, you know, solidified, guaranteed, you know, total package job. This is something you'll be doing. This is something I'm currently doing, looking for that whole master package of everything I need so you be feeling secure and safe and financially, you know, whoa, pretty much. So again, if you know, you know. If you have any comments, questions, concerns about a master resume, please leave it here in the comments right now. Again, shout out to the replay game, shout out to the returning users, the unique viewers, the new subscribers, the day one subscribers. It's all love. Shout out to Uncommented for Jose and Grown. If you guys see him here, he's a great friend of mine in real life. Also on my second channel, which is Dreadlock Diaries. Please show him some love. Please give him some support. Please like and subscribe to his channel. He's a great guy in real life and here on YouTube TV, YouTube Live. He has a channel where he talks about the uncommon folk and the things that happen in the uncommon world and people not having, you know, common sense or not the same type of common sense, so to say. So peace out, guys. Have a great evening. Catch me on my other channel as well. If you know, you know, Dreadlock Diaries. I talk about all my girly hair stuff. Subscribe to that channel as well. Again, leave me a comment. Great talking to you guys. Hope you guys learned a lot with me talking about this master resume. Hope I'm not speaking foreign. Hope I'm not talking like I have no common sense. Peace out again. It's all love. I'll talk to you guys later. Shout out to Uncommon Sister Jose and Grown. Again, unique viewers, returning users, new subscribers, day one subscribers. It's been real. Jose, I'll catch you on your side. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.